Let's dig right in to the topic. And it's really nothing too crazy. It's nothing too serious. It's just, if you want to really do anything in this life, especially when it comes to being online, but this can apply really to anything, but specifically for people that want to grow online, the very thing that you're insecure about is your superpower. The very thing that you are nervous about, scared about, don't want anyone to really like notice. Maybe you feel like you have a big forehead. Maybe you feel like you have, you know, like there's been people, and it breaks my heart, but I completely understand. There's been people that have actually, several people actually, that have told me that they don't want to start their YouTube channel because they feel like they need to lose some weight first. Whatever your stumbling block that you're putting really in front of yourself is, that is actually your superpower. So the people that are going to win in 2025 and beyond are going to be the people that are ready to be themselves online. They're ready to show up. They're ready to say what's on their heart. Hello, Kevin. They're ready to be cringy. Like, the only thing, this is a secret. If you want to be on YouTube consistently, be willing to be cringy consistently. Like, every single thing that is the fear of it is the thing that you need to lean into. Okay? Is the very thing that you need to lean into. If there's a day that you don't feel cute, you don't feel pretty, you don't feel good, right? Like I want to highlight DJ Motion. He was on live the other day and he was like not feeling good. He was coughing and he was still on the live, right? He was like, well, whatever, I'm going to be consistent with my YouTube. I'm feeling under the weather today and I'm still going to do it. So, you know, if you feel like you're not a good speaker, if you feel like you aren't, if you feel like you like, are like, why would anyone listen to me? Okay, exactly. Stop caring about what people think. Exactly. So, wow, good day. Okay, thank you so much for the compliments. All right. So that's the biggest, it's just a very simple message that I wanted to get on. I'm on the way to this event and it's supposed to be pretty cool. It's like a fitness workout event, but it's like a cute little trendy rooftop fitness event. So, so there's going to be, I think, like yoga and, Pilates and kickboxing. There's going to be some cold plunges. I'm not doing the cold plunge, but I think that's pretty cool. And I'm thinking I'll be able to go live while I'm there, but I'm probably going to go live in members only. So just to kind of heads up, if anyone's wondering about the event that I'm going to go to and wants to see it, become a member really quick and you'll be able to have access to the live. But that's the biggest thing, guys. That's the biggest message. If you want to grow on YouTube, everybody that's actually winning are the people that have something a little odd about them. They have something a little bit quirky about them. They are a little bit cringy. I've even looked back at my videos from like in the last 4 months and been like, ooh, you know, but it's kind of like when you get used to kind of just like being like, okay, well, did I pass away? Like, did I die? No. Okay, well, do I still have people wanting to subscribe? Yeah. Am I still making sales? Yes. Am I still nurturing and growing an amazing community? Yes. So just because I was a little cringy that day, or just because I was fumbling more than I usually do that day, like, I'm alive, I'm fine, life goes on, right? And more so, most of the time, you guys, you're paying attention more to it and remembering it more than everybody else, right? Like, they might make fun of you for that second and then they're moving on with their life, right? Because they're worried about just themselves too, right? What up, Lisa? So, and welcome everybody else. Boss Stacks, what up? Elbert, I believe, what up? So, and also too, just a disclaimer, I do have a hands-free device that my cell phone is on, and I'm paying attention to the road and adhering to all the laws. So I'm good. Just wanted to put out that disclaimer. So that's the thing, guys. Like, if you want to really grow this YouTube channel, or if you want to, and this also has to do with nutrition and fitness as well, or your wellness journey. Like, it does require you to kind of put yourself out there a little bit when you go to the gym for the first time, or you're just now getting back into the gym, right? Or maybe you want to start a business and you just feel cringy. Like, you just feel like you're new to it, right? And especially when you're 30 and up, this is excellent if you're hearing this and you're 30 and under. But when you're 30 and up, it's kind of like we feel like we're supposed to have it all the way together by that time. And like, it's just not true. We're all permanent students of life at the end of the day. That's why we're always embodying and pursuing that next level. Like, that's why this page is called Embody Pursuit. You embody something, you pursue the next thing. You embody that level, you pursue the next level. You embody that next top level, you pursue the next, like, it doesn't end. So that's what I want to really highlight with you guys today, is just whoever said it in here, don't care about what people think, and lean into what makes you feel the most insecure. Like, once you do that, I'm telling you, you guys, like, you can be consistent with anything. There has been a huge journey that I've overcome, like, where I was like, okay, I'm finally ready to take my YouTube serious, right? This was like a solid 3 years ago. I was like, I'm ready to be like, just kind of like really just to get serious, right? Like, make it a priority. Make it a priority. I should put it more like that, because I was already taking it serious, but I was like, I want to post more. So I was like, I want to make it more of a priority. So you guys, that's when, around when, so I should actually say 4 years ago, when the 2020 shutdown happened. When the 2020 shutdown happened, oh, that's a good point, Boss Stacks. Cringing means it wasn't scripted. And you guys, in a world, and I'm going to get back to my original point, but that was really good. I want to highlight that really quick. In a world where everything is scripted, like, you can literally ask ChatGPT to give you a script in 2 seconds now, which is fantastic in the fact that, like, it's like our own personal assistant for things, and it cuts our work time down in half for certain things. But it's like, we can tell, right? Like, there's just that humanness. There's just that special thing that humans were gifted with, which is just like the essence that we are, the way that we blink, the way that we, like, you guys know I'm always moving my hands. Like, that's like a part of it. If I'm scripted, you guys, I notice I'm very, very stiff, and the message just doesn't come across as strong, right? So you guys, like, lean into it. So again, with my skin, I've talked about this before, but I want to really, like, get you, some of you guys, to understand that, you guys, I was like almost in tears to my mom in my 30s as an adult, like, having to deal with skin issues. And when you're not, you know, we all know that teenagers go through it, but people don't really talk about the adult acne that some women go through. And it's very common because our hormones are just changing and doing all these things. And like, I really had to overcome that. So I'm like, not only, like, I have to be on camera now. I feel like I have things on my heart that I want to share. I want to build an amazing community, but how do I do that when I am feeling crazy about my skin? Like, how do I do that? And I would just be in tears to my mom, like, why did I start like having this crazy hormonal acne right when I really wanted to take my YouTube serious? But then one day I just was like, am I gonna be 80 years old and look back and be like, wow, I really didn't do something because I was worried about like some acne, you know? And I'm like, I'm a human being, like, and I'm not the only human on the earth that's ever had acne. So one day I just said, forget it. Like, I'm just going to be on and be super consistent. And if I'm having a decent day with my skin, cool. If I'm not, cool. And it was hard, you guys. Like, I would be looking in the camera, because you know how lives, you can see yourself. And so sometimes, like, it would mess me up. I would be like looking at my skin and like trying to get a point across about health. And then I would have like this weird thought in the background of my mind, like, are people going to be like, oh my gosh, like, how is she talking about health when her skin is like, she has a breakout on her skin, you know? But at the time, I was dealing with a crazy amount of stress of being a caregiver for my grandmother, and she's actually dying, right? She had a severe dementia, and that's what ultimately she passed away from. So it was like my hormone, like my stress hormones were all over the place. I was coping with that stress of being a caregiver with sugar. So that triggers it, right? So there's many reasons why. So I'm saying all my business, I'm putting it out there, all my business, to say, look, like, just work through whatever you feel like is your, just the thing that is the most painful for you, and as to why it's your stumbling block. Use that as your power. So like, I just started getting on, and I would just say, hey guys, I'm feeling crazy today, but I wanted to say that. And some people were like, oh, I wasn't even paying attention to your skin, or, you know what I mean? But I just had to do it, right? So do what you got to do. Do whatever you have to do, but don't not do something. And then 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you actually really can't do what you wanted to do, right? Like, maybe you're 90 and like, maybe you have like your legs have gone out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you literally can't get the body of your dreams now, you know? So we all will end up at that space one day. God willing, it's so far in the future for all of us on this live right now, but it's your time to just go for it. Like, go for the business, go for the side hustle. You want to move up in your career, go for it. If you want to quit your job and get another one, go for it. Like, start looking for jobs today, right? Like, don't go party, don't go get hammered. Don't just have a lazy Saturday and eat all day and watch Netflix. Like, go, like, be proactive today and do it while you're feeling crazy. Do it while you're feeling tired. Time is moving on by. And I showed you guys the other day, right? I showed you guys the other day that how much of my life is technically used up. Like, remember that chart? It was a 120-year chart, and I literally had it marked, like the red marker marked through all the ages of my life so far. And people were like, wow, like that's actually a crazy eye-opener. But it's true. It's like, I showed literally like how much life I technically have left. According to science, these bodies that our soul and our spirit are in, can live till 120. You know, if you take care of it, if it's God's will for you to live that long. So I got a 120-year chart, and I marked off all the years I've done so far. And it's like, whoa, even going to this event today, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to just like get organized, and, you know, do I really feel like being social? And I was like, you know what, Ciana, it's a beautiful day outside in LA. Get up, like, just stop. Like, because there really will be a day where you can't get up and go to an event, right? So bottom line is, guys, I really want you to just go for it. If you, again, like with my digital product, I started a digital product. The second I started a digital product, I had a business. Okay. It's really not that serious. If you feel like you have a story to share, if you have a message you want to teach, if you have resolved a problem that you've overcome and you teach other people naturally in your real life on how to do that, you have an ebook, you have a digital product, you have a blueprint, you have a guide that's sitting right with you. So I'm very, very shortly, I'm not going to say exactly when, but I'm actually in the middle of filming your own digital product, your own ebook right now. And you'll be able to create it in 24 hours. In 24 hours from when you start that first module to the very end, you will have an ebook. If you decide to, you know, watch the whole course in one day, but technically it will be able to be seen and watched in one day. So if you, and you'll be ready to, all you have to do is just tell people that you have the link, and you'll be ready to start making money. Literally. And now you have a side business. Now you automatically gave yourself a raise, right? So you can actually start doing that now on your own. But if you're like, I don't want the burden of like trying to piece together what website I should use, where should I sell it? Should I use Square? Should I use PayPal? Should I use Cash App? Like, how do I get people to pay me? All that's going to be answered in the course. So just like just putting that out there. My grandmother lived till 103. Wow. Lisa, please tell us some of her tips and tricks. 103, that is amazing. That is amazing. That's powerful. That is really, really cool. The oldest person in my family right now, sadly, is they're both in a senior home right now. They just got in the senior home like right now, and they're both 90. So, but that is like 103. That is, I just love that, you guys. And guess what? So Lisa's grandmother is 103 in 2020, or, passed away like in our modern day age at 103. So imagine when we're 50, 60, 70, right? The technology, the healthcare, like all the advancements, all these like different ways to like keep up with our bodies is going to be even better. So like, honestly, living till 120 is like a very realistic thing. It's not something that's like not on the table for us. So that's just kind of something to think about, but, and that's so motivating. Oh, you guys, literally one of my things that I love to do, one of the podcasts that I really love is, it's called Sprout. It's called Sprout. And I believe it's called Sprout. And he spells it a little bit different than the normal Sprout. But it's all about, it's this young guy, he's like 25 years old, and he goes around and he interviews people that are like 100 years old and up. I mean, he interviews everybody, but like the people that I feel like the interviews that are the most interesting are the ones that are people that are 90 and up, 100 and up. And I mean, the stories that they have, right? We have such an advantage. It's like we are already talking about, like, remember back in the day, Lisa, even 15 years ago, health and fitness wasn't all over the place like it is now. Like, you can go on Instagram and learn all about health and fitness. Before, you had to, go to the library, invest in all these books, understand all the jargon. Now you can just like ask ChatGPT to explain something to you about, like, if you didn't know what to eat today and you wanted a healthy meal, you can ask ChatGPT to give you an entire healthy meal and give me the exact recipe and the measurements and the time it's going to take, like all of that, right? So, we have Teledoc, right? You can just like get online. You don't even have to leave your house, and get online with a nutritionist, get online with the doctor. So just all the access that we have is insane. And that's why I just there's no excuse. Like, this is the time, you guys, and I hope that, I do need to turn on the air because it's getting a little toasty. I am in LA, and, I love it because it's starting to warm back up, but like when you're in the car and you don't have any air on, it can get hot really quickly. So I hope it doesn't blow into the phone too much. But also too, by the way, if anyone needs a reset, I have a free guide, and you just kind of need to get back in order with your eating and with your habits, get down in the description. It's a free downloadable. It's free. Okay. Download it in 2 seconds. You'll have it in 2 seconds, and you'll be able to read through it and just kind of get yourself back in order. That's just a side note. If anyone is just like looking for ideas on what I did to kind of get my year in order. So we have, how I like to think about the year is kind of like how a corporation would think about it. And right now we're still in the first quarter, but we're in the last month. We're heading into the last month of the first quarter. It is not too late to like do a reset on your body, do a reset on your habits. If you're staying up late and waking up feeling foggy, feeling just like you didn't have enough sleep, your water intake isn't good, your protein intake isn't good, you're not taking your supplements, you're not eating your fruits and vegetables like the right amount. Like, if you need to get back in order, that guide is going to be excellent for you. It's free. So am I driving the car? So I am doing it legally. So I have a hands-free device. I'm speaking out loud, and I'm adhering to the law, the speed limit, me looking around. So that's the disclaimer. And if you even look that up, I've even talked to a police officer and straight up was like, look, can you do this? Can you not? And he said, literally, you're allowed to do it. You just have to have a hands-free device. What is illegal is when people have it in their hand and they're driving like this, and they're like looking down at it, like way down here, and they're like scrolling on it. But if it's on a hands-free device, you can technically be on it. So that's the disclaimer there. All right. So I appreciate if they're dirty and like just trolly and rude, then, as soon as my moderators get on, then yes, if there's police are actually streaming in the car, but that's another story. Hi, Ciana, quick question. How much lives do you have? How much lives do you have for the paid members? So Lisa, I feel like I'm on there, like, I'm pretty consistent on there. I'm a woman of integrity, and I'm a woman of my word. And so I don't want to say like I'm guaranteed to be on there, 3 times a week, right? And then I don't do that because I want to be fair to you guys, and I want to be, have high integrity with that. But because I just enjoy being with the members, I've been on there, I think, like a solid 3 to 4 times this week, I believe. I've been on there a lot. Okay. So yeah. And like I said, I just enjoy it because I don't have to deal with trolls, to be honest. So that's like, it's really nice to be able to chit chat with the Embody Pursuit tribe, and then not have to deal with like, I'm meeting amazing new people when I'm public, but then I also have to deal with the trolls. And so it just, it's a nice break from having to deal with trolls. And then we just dive really deep, We dive really deep. I get to know you guys more personally. I get questions. Like there's some lives where it's just the whole live is dedicated to one person, and we just like, you know, everyone will like pour in ideas and, you know, uplift each other. So I see you a couple of times a week since I've joined. Okay, yeah. Also, she has a lot of other videos, members. Yes. So I have about 70 other videos that are sitting under the live right now. So not only do I go live on there and do members only lives, but I have like literally, I believe it's like 70. It's a lot. It's a lot of videos. And it's a combination of a lot of things. Like some of these lives that we do, the information will be too juicy. It'll be too potent, and I'll put it under the live. So this one's a little bit more like just welcoming and more chit chat. But some of these public lives, they never see the public. They'll just go under, like I might have filmed it publicly, but then I'll put it under members only. So if you want to go back and watch it on the replay, you'll have to become a member. And my memberships are like $5.99, I believe, a month. So, you know, it's worth it. You know, if you want to like get in like a tighter knit circle with people that are driven, you know, people that are in the chat have careers, people in the chat have people in there like on growth. We have a lot of growth conversations there. So if there's something that you're into or feel like you need, tap in, you know, try it out for a month. And then if not, you know, if it's something that you don't need, then you could always cancel at any time. Right? I've been in a couple other lives, and the energy storytelling is, I appreciate that. Yeah. And sometimes you guys, like some of these storytellings that you guys are doing, me, and we're just feeding off of each other. I'm like, that just needs to be, you know, under the members. Like no one, you know, if you got to catch it live, good for you. But like some of them just need to be for the members, right? Now shortly, I'm going to be offering one-on-one coaching, but it's going to be kind of a different kind of coaching. So if you want to like be like, okay, I really enjoy the way that Ciana coaches. I like her motivation. I like the way that she problem solves. I like the way that she kind of explains the way that she's overcome things. Because I'm a certified life coach, okay? And I have done life coaching for like one or two people individually for a long time now. So it won't be something in person or like via like FaceTime. It'll be more so if you're like, okay, I want to get Ciana's opinion on this. I want her to help me, you know, I really need to get over my anxiety with like starting my business or something, right? And you're like, but I need to explain it. Like I need to have like, give her context. It'll be where you can ask me 3 questions on a voice memo, and you can just dish it all out, whatever you're going through. Hey, so my name is so-and-so. This is my upbringing. And I really want to start a business, but I have like the craziest anxiety. This is where my anxiety comes from. I've been trying to work on it for a long time. You know, if you feel comfortable sharing your personal, there'll be a whole terms and conditions on, you know, it being completely private. But with whatever you share with me, by law, it'll be completely private. So, the whole stipulation will be there. But if you know, want to just dive deep with me and you're like, Ciana, I really need your opinion, I'll then voice memo you back. So it'll be a private email that only only the people that have that package have, and you'll email me. It'll be directly to me. And you could be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and you're like, this is on my heart. You can voice memo me, and then I'll respond within 48 hours, and I'll voice memo you back very thoroughly, right? It'll be a whole full-on explanation of like, okay, here's what you do, try this, da-da-da-da, and then you'll have 2 more questions after that. So it'll be like a life coaching through voice memo. And you know, because like sometimes like we'll be on these lives and you might want to really elaborate, right? Even when I do the lives with the memberships, we can dive deeper on there. But if you're like, I don't really want like everybody knowing my business, but like I feel like I've been watching Ciana for a while and I really trust the way that she moves, right? Get with me on that. I've been the COO of a charity, so I've been the life coach to the CEO for like 5 years now, right? And so that's why like when people are like, do you offer coaching? It's like I have been a full-time, like I've been in 3 different roles where I've held a position, but I've also been the life coach of the very next, you know, the CEO of the company, right? So I've been a district manager for many years, so I was over 30 full-time people, And so I was always coaching and developing, like my entire, for 10 years, coaching and developing. I have a business marketing degree. Like I said, I do have a certified, like I am certified under a particular organization that is an accredited organization in the United States for life coaching. So I am a certified life coach. I just don't have like the time right now to do one-on-one type of life coaching, but it will be something where you can elaborate, right? Because I know sometimes it's frustrating. Like you want to be able to be like, no, I really want to like go into detail about what I'm saying. But so that will be available soon. And it's just for, you know, it won't be for everybody, and it will be limited, right? I'll only have enough slots. I'll only a few slots a month for that. Give, you know, the in-depth like voice memos. And I tried it out myself. It's actually pretty cool. So you know, just your regular voice memo on your phone. And you'll have the option if you want to, it's up to you. You don't have to do this, but if you also want to send pictures or video of what you need help on, you can do that. So, what you would do is like do a video of yourself, or you prop up the phone and say, hey, this is me. I am really needing, you know, I have a job that I love, but I really need help with my confidence. I feel like I don't speak up at work. I have excellent advice when it comes to being able to move up in a company. So if you want to be able to get promoted, I know the formula on how to do that. I used to hire and fire people. I used to have to train and develop people on how to get promoted all the time. So I don't really share too much of that journey here. But you know, if you need life coaching in that department where you're like, I just need to show up and be more strong and be more of a presence at work and not get overlooked for promotions, I'll be able to help you out with that. So you could say, hey, Ciana, this is me. This is what's going on at work. You know, this is the line of work that I do. And then you can put that video in a Dropbox link, just a private link where I'll just be able to see it, and you can email me that link through that private email. So I'll have an entire process on how that coaching is going to work, but it won't be like where you're live with me. But you'll be able to like pour out all of what you want to pour out, and then I'll be able to respond back in the same way, right? It won't be through video. It'll more so be in a voice memo, responding back in a voice memo, but you'll get my undivided attention in that voice memo, okay? So if anyone would be interested in that, kind of just like the video by like kind of like letting me know if that's something that you would be like interested in, or you know, want to think about, you know, just kind of like the video. And yeah, so there's that. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's like, if you want to channel in 2025, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the secret right now. This is what everybody's doing. This is all the bigger YouTubers. I live in LA. I'm probably going to be at an event with a ton of YouTubers. I already know, like influencers, YouTubers that probably have over 500K type of subscribers, type of numbers. All the most consistent thing that they do, and I notice that as my page has grown, it's just willing to be cringy online. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but willing to be consistent, willing to try, willing to show up all the time in front of the public. Like, and it's the craziest thing, because it's like, once you can overcome that, it's kind of like tapping into that childlikeness where, you know, when we would try things, like we would try to ride a bike in front of people, and we didn't really care. We didn't say, hey, don't look at me. Like, we just got on the bike and tried to ride it, right? Like, we didn't care if it was in front of the whole, you know, all 15 family members, and we're like 4 years old trying to get on this bike at like during Christmas when we just got the bike. We're so excited to get the bike that we're like fumbling and falling and, you know, not caring about being embarrassed. And then as we continue to grow, right, it's like we have this kind of stiffening and hardening that happens when it comes to wanting to try. If you can be someone that's willing to learn, willing to be wise enough to know you don't know everything, right? You'll never know everything. So just be wise enough to know that. You're willing to like be creative. You're willing to use the thing that you feel like is your weakness, use that and turn it into your weapon. Okay? Turn it into your weapon. So we're basically just talking about going after your goals and using the thing that is your stumbling block, using the very thing that you feel like is you're the most scared to share, or you're the most embarrassed about, and using that as your power. once you overcome that, it's like, you know, when you see people and you're like, it just seems like they're unstoppable. Like, how do they get online? Like, people will even say on here, they're like, Ciana, you're constantly on live. You're constantly, you know, you're just consistent. You guys, I use the insecurities that I have as my power, you know? Like, I talk with my hands a lot. And I was like, gosh, I gotta try to not use my hands. And I'm like, forget it. That's just gonna be me. So the people that don't like me waving my hands around, like, they're just not my people, right? I just got comfortable, like, doing that. Another thing is, I'll be so excited to, you know, as your guys' questions come in, I'll be ready to answer all your questions at the same time. It'll be like 3 questions from 3 different people while I'm in the middle of saying a comment. So sometimes I'll bounce back and forth and I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm like, you know what, whatever. That's me. That's just what I'm going to do. I might get inspired. One of you guys might say something. I'm like, that was hitting. Let me pause on what I'm saying. Let me go back to that comment. And then I'll go back to what I was saying originally. Right. So before I would be kind of insecure about that. But then now I'm just like, it is what it is. That's part of my life. We're going to be fast paced over here. People, how I talk. Right. Like, it's fast. I don't know. It's fast. Like in California, the Valley Girl talk or whatever. Sometimes we're really chill and calm. And then sometimes we're really excited and we're talking 15,000 miles per minute. Before I would be insecure about that. Now I've just owned it. Right. So anything that is your insecurity, it's like all these people that you see, it's just, they've turned it into their power. Right. That's it. How much will I charge for the coaching? So I'll let you guys know. I'm still kind of like navigating that. But it'll be 3 questions for like a certain amount. So, and then if you want more questions, you'll have to get another package. So it might be broken down into 2 packages, or it'll just be one consistent one that I share. And I'm just going to cap it out at a few clients a month with the voice memo coaching. So it'll be 3 questions for like one amount. So I'll reveal what that amount will be when I like really get that all completely organized and up on my website and ready to share with you guys. But it'll definitely be something that's affordable and worth it. And again, like I said, if you've been following me, I have so much free content out there. So, you know, look at my free content. But if you're like, I really need her to dive deep with me, then, you know, the coaching will be something that you'll be excited about getting. Do you have advice for someone who is new to fitness coaching? So the biggest piece of advice I can say is listen to what the client, and I'm not a fitness, like I don't go and train people like, come on, 1, 2, 3, like I don't do that. But it's kind of the same as life coaching. You gotta listen to what the client needs, their needs, right? Not what we feel like is best for them, but what they're actually saying. So you should be able to like the first meeting really should just be a probing, right? Like if you do it in person, it should just be a probing of like, okay, tell me about yourself. Why do you want to lose the weight? What motivated you to lose the weight? Why is it important to you? And like they might say something like, you know, I just want to be sexier. You know what I mean? Like I just want to be sexier. And you don't then want to start, you know, veering off and saying, okay, well, you know, technically, you know, you want to be healthy and da 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 da. If they're telling you, no, the reason why I want to be fit is because it's for my self-esteem and I want to be sexier, then that's going to be the driving thing that you always bring up, right? So when you're helping them with their reps or with their eating, it's like, hey, don't you want like the body of your dreams? And you want to be sexier for your husband, right? Or for your wife? Like, isn't that what we talked about? Like, this is going to get you there. Like, you want to keep going back to what they said. Okay, so you want to actually listen. And if you can't repeat it back and they say, yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about, you keep like probing until you can articulate it back to them on exactly what they're looking for from you. If you can't articulate it back, then you guys got to keep going until you can get on the same page. You helped me get the courage to quit fast food and drinking. Wow. Oh my God. That's the highlight of the week right there. It's the highlight of the week. Amy is a highlight of the week. Everybody, let's just do a bunch of hand claps for Amy. For the next 30 seconds, all I want to see is just hand claps, hearts, Like put an emoji, your favorite emoji for Amy right now. I just want to see that right now. The 17 people that are on here right now, let's go ahead and just give Amy like the attention she deserves. That's a big deal. Yeah, yay Amy. Let's get the hand clapping going. Let's go. I want to see more. I want to see 10 lines of like hand claps, like the little like party favor thing, hearts, like all of that. Let's get some more. A couple more rows. Let's go. A couple more rows. Two more rows. Just of some kind of emoji. Yes. Amy, that's a big deal, okay? Like fast food, you guys, my refrigerator was fast food. Like, I don't think you guys get it. I lived in the dorms. Across the street, they only had a Wendy's and they had a Taco Bell. I was what you would call a broke college student, like everybody else. They had like 39-cent cheeseburgers, 29-cent tacos, like crazy cheap back then, back in the ancient times when I was in college. Okay? And you guys, like, it was not a joke. Hold on really quick. I want to make sure I'm on the right track here. Okay. It's not a joke. Okay. I had to wean myself off of fast food because I was so used to just like not cooking, being on the go. Like, I was so accustomed to that fast food lifestyle. Even when I was still kind of like on my health journey, I even started to turn Starbucks. So I would always go to Starbucks and get that when I used to eat meat, I would get that feta wrap. I think it was like an egg white feta wrap. That was like my refrigerator when I was working full time as a district manager. Like, I literally had those all the time because I would have to commute. That's a big deal. And then what I would do, get off work, meet up with the coworkers and go to a happy hour and drink, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, it's not a big deal. You know, it's the American thing to do, but it was like ruining my health. So eating all those, like, you know, cheese sticks, chicken strips, fried pickles, burgers, French fries, like all that, I feel like my face is tingling from hormonal acne, even thinking about it. So that is like music to, like, genuinely, that is music to my ears, hearing that you literally quit fast food and cut the drinking and you lost 5 pounds. Like, that, there's the result right there. Like that it's just part of, you guys, it's inputs and outputs. That's what I try to tell people. It's inputs and outputs. Like, if you want to lose the weight, if you finally want to lose the weight, if you decide to go to that happy hour and drink, just cross that week off. Like, it just is what it is. And then guess what? Every day that goes by, we're aging. So every day that goes by, it gets harder and harder to actually lose the pounds. Every time. It gets more difficult. So if you want to finally lose the weight, I'm telling you, like, cutting back on the alcohol and cutting back on the fast food alone is going to help you drop weight very quickly. Now my treat is Diet Coke. Yeah, that's perfect. That's awesome. Just looking at like, just have a Diet Coke here and there, you know. And then even then too, Amy, like, over time, as you start to like incorporate, like, you know, kind of cutting back a little bit on like processed food, you know, live where you're at though, like bask in where you're at, like just continue getting so strong in where you're at. And then as you go to the next level where you're kind of like cutting back on fat, you know, processed foods, incorporating more teas, like natural teas, even doing, like, you know what I did to kind of even cut back on diet soda was doing like a soda water or mineral water, like the fizzy mineral water, and then getting those like healthy packets where they're like mineral packets that are like sweetened with like stevia or monk fruit, and then putting that into the soda water, and then it would taste like I was drinking a soda, like a flavorful soda. So, I mean, that's like, you know, enjoy your Diet Cokes, you know, but when you really want to just continue and you're like, because sometimes like with the health journey, we'll do something for a while and then we feel like we hit a plateau, so we might need to go to like the next level. So that might be in the future, but continue with the no fast food, bringing your stuff to work, bringing your food to work. I'm not really sure what you did to like make the switch. What did you do? Like now, so instead of fast food, are you cooking more? You might have already said it, but because I can't really read the comments. Costco has multiple flavored soda water in bulk. Oh yeah, bomb. That's perfect. Going to the gym once a week, walking. Perfect. Perfect. Going to the gym and walking, that's all you need to do. Now it's just doing it for the next year. That's it. That's it. And you're literally, you're already winning. You guys, you know what it is? Like, I'm going to be 40 soon. It's just, I can't even say it without laughing because I just like, I'm like, what? Like, it's just so weird. But all I did, now that I'm like, I have some life behind me, you know, all that I did was not quit. Like, all that I did was grow in my discipline and my consistency. That's it. And you know, when people are like, oh, the journey is hard. It's not that going to the gym is hard or walking is hard or not having the fast food is hard. It's the consistency part that is difficult. It's the discipline part that is difficult. But like once you get in the flow of your discipline, it's like you're unstoppable. That's it. Yeah, you have smoothies and sandwiches. Ooh, that sounds good. I want a smoothie and a sandwich. I haven't eaten yet today. That's what I might do. Oh, at this event, they better have food for us at this event. The traffic is extra crazy. Sorry guys, it's just like, oh man. So yeah, guys, like it's the consistency. Once you can get that down, you're good to go. Do I fast? Yes, I absolutely fast. I live a fasting lifestyle. I started my fasting journey, I would say, it started with intermittent fasting. So just getting used to like purposefully not eating, like when I felt hungry, I had to just get used to that. Like, okay, so let's just say my stomach started growling around like 9 a.m. I had to get used to like stretching that out to like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So that's how I started. Just kind of like getting comfortable knowing that I'm not going to like die if I don't have food for 2 hours after my stomach is growling. And then it stretched to like, I could stretch it to 4 hours, you know, after my stomach was growling. And then I could stretch it to 6. And then the most I've done is, I've done like a lot of juice cleansing has been really good. And then like the biggest fast I've done is a 25-day fast. I did that last year. I did a 25-day fast. And I did it with a group, and it was more of, you know, a Christian faith fast, and we wouldn't eat from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. So, and then after that, it was raw fruits and vegetables. So that was like the longest time I've ever done. Now, the longest time I've ever done just water only, I'm still working up to like a 24-hour. But the longest time I've ever done, oh no, I'm tripping. I've already done that. I want to work up to a 36-hour now. So what I've done is do, and I actually share a lot of, I would go live and I would be like, you guys, I have 1 more hour to go. And I would go live and just like kind of be in that, like, I don't even know what to call that mode, but just kind of in that, like, I don't know. You just go into another dimension when you are like fasting. So I would do on a Saturday, I would stop eating at noon, and then I would go all the way until the next day at noon. Or sometimes I would stop eating at 6 p.m. on Saturday. I would be fine. It'd be easy for me because I wouldn't have to, I would like, you know, I would eat right before 6 p.m., finish out the evening, sleep, right? So sleeping 8 hours. Then in the morning, I wouldn't be like super hungry for the first 2 hours anyway. But then at about 11, like that last stretch, like from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. is when it got difficult. So I've done a 24-hour just water. I've done that several times now. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Do your own research. I'm not a medical professional. I am not a healthcare professional. I am just a woman using my own body as like an experiment to try these things. So I just want to be very transparent and very honest. But these are things that ancient people have been doing, like people have been doing for millennia. So I just want to put that out there. But make sure it's aligned with what your body needs. Make sure you know why you're doing it. You know, if you're just doing it just to lose weight, you will gain the weight back. So if you're going to do, when you start tapping into like the 24-hour fast, 36-hour, you know, 3-day just water fast, my opinion as kind of like a coach, as someone that's like your internet cousin, your internet auntie, I would encourage you to have something that is aligned with it, whether you're getting closer to God, you're reading scriptures, like just doing it to lose weight, it's like, that's like a disorder in my opinion. That would be considered like going to the disorder level. But when you learn the science of like what happens when your body goes into autophagy, how it can start cleaning up bad, you know, dead cells in your body has time to like, okay, so it doesn't have to focus on food. So because, you know, you're not putting any food in it. So it's like, okay, well, we're busy and we're still ready to work. So, because even when you're sleeping, you're alive still, right? So your cells have more power, more manpower to clean up and like get out garbage out of your body. So, you know, just do your own research on that, on fasting and the power of fasting. And, you know, there's whole studies and doctors that really like, have their patients do that journey. But, you know, if you're going to do that, if you've never done it before, I just want to be honest, you need to like make sure you're getting with a professional and make sure your levels are together. Like I'm a pretty healthy person. So if I don't eat for 24 hours, I have so much, like I have muscle that I've built on my body. My levels are pretty good. You know, I'm pretty good with my intake on my vitamin and mineral intake. So like, I know I'm fine, but if you've never done it before and you want to do it in a healthy way, make sure you get your levels checked first. You know, like there's people out here that will see a meme and be like, you know, and it'll say, yeah, you can really, you know, have a revelation and lose weight and start to glow when you do a 3-day, you know, fast. And then they'll go and do it and they're in the hospital because they didn't like, you know, they weren't a candidate. So sometimes you need to get healthier. You need to get your levels together and then start living a fasting lifestyle. Sable creates, hello, how are you? Hello, Sable, welcome. Only spiritual thing I'm trying to do is stop eating animal. Okay. You know, for me, what was so weird is that, and I'm only sharing this story to hoping that it'll help you. When my mom was pregnant with me, my mom is a meat eater, okay? She still eats meat still to this day. She loves her chicken, okay? When she got pregnant with me, immediately was repelled by meat. Immediately. Like the smell of meat, it was like, it would just send her off. Like she could not be around it. She only craved fruits, vegetables, you know, she would only eat salads. That's all she had, right? Now when growing up, I did not like eating meat, but culturally, because, you know, being black and I'm half Punjabi, on both sides, we ate meat. So I'm just like, okay, well, that's what we're supposed to eat. You know, like that's what I'm being served. That's what I have to eat. I never liked meat though. And there's even pictures of me when I'm a kid, like, I just didn't like the way it felt in my hands. I just didn't like, it had to be like overly cooked. It had to be burnt for me to like kind of enjoy it. Then I got in my 20s. I worked at Hooters. What are they known for? Wings, right? So I like got really cool with the cooks and I would say, can you literally burn my wings? Like they'd be like, Ciana, there's like no, like it's just a burnt crisp. I'm like, I don't care. That's the only way I can eat them. Like I don't like flesh. Like something about tasting something fleshy completely disgusted me. I don't know what it was. It had nothing to do with like the animals or like having like a heart for the animals. I do, but like that wasn't my reason why I personally stopped eating meat. Something about flesh, even dealing with the flesh, like when it was like before you cook it, you know, when it's raw, touching dead flesh, like I don't know what it was. It was so like, it was gross in my hands. No offense to anybody. I don't know why it was like that for me. So finally one day, I think I was like 30 years old. And I go, why do I keep eating meat when like I have to have it burnt? I can't even enjoy a steak the way it's supposed to be, had. I have to have it completely overly well done, like triple well done. Like I'm just basically eating burnt flesh. So why do I even eat it? So finally I gave myself permission to stop eating it. And when I would put it into my system, I feel like it would sit in my body. Like my body just like wouldn't process it. Like I just felt like it just wouldn't process it, like as fast as other people. So one day it just was like, I'm just gonna stop. Like I'm done. And one day turned into a week, and I was like, okay, I'm alive, I'm fine. I was able to manage. Like I would have a salad, but I just didn't put meat on my salad. Okay, I had a sandwich, but I just didn't put meat on the sandwich. Okay, I would have a pasta, but I just didn't put meat on the pasta. So I actually lost weight. Like I got more lean, but I think the only thing that saved me was that I was so active. Like I was doing kickboxing, I was going to the gym like 7 days a week. Like I was really, really just obsessed with the gym. I grew a love for the gym during that time of my life, but I was eating way too much processed food, right? So I was having a lot of bread, a lot of fries, a lot of like, pasta. Like it was all just like starch. And I think because I was active and my age at the time, I was still kind of like, okay. And then it got to the point where I was like, I'm not doing this right. My hair was like really thin. It was like really, really thin during that time. And I remember talking to someone that had gone on a vegan journey, and then the doctor literally was like, you need to go back to eating meat, get healthy, and then go back vegan doing it the healthy way. And I could tell like my energy, I was kind of running on fumes. I felt like a lot. Like I would wake up and have a lot of energy, and then I would just like be like ready to take a nap by 3 p.m. every day. Even if I had coffee, I could like drink coffee and go right to sleep. And I feel like there was a combination of things going on in my life that kind of like contributed to that. But overall, when I look back now, I'm like, I wasn't being filled with nutrients. So finally, like 4 or 5 years ago, I started implementing having high protein, making sure to have, because even though I was vegan, like I wasn't eating fruits and vegetables like on a high level like I should have been. I would have green juices, a lot, but I just wasn't getting the correct amount. It still wasn't enough. So you can do veganism and be very unhealthy. That's why like a lot of people will say, oh, well, I know a vegan and they're super unhealthy. It's true. I was actually one of those people. Okay. My biceps, these are my biceps. I don't want them to get I don't want big biceps. I don't want them to get any bigger. Like I'm fine with where they're at. But, so I upped my protein. I started, really paying attention to my protein, and then my hair grew. Now my hair is like all the way down to here. And I'm like, that is so wild how you can really be undernourished and not know it, because of like, if you don't pay attention to your body, if you don't pay attention to your skin, if you don't pay attention to your nails, the brittleness of your nails, your hair texture. Like maybe you have long hair, but like it's not shiny, right? Like my hair's shinier now. Yeah, so I did not start off veganism healthy. So I just want to, example Lizzo. Oh, is she vegan now? Is Lizzo vegan? Okay, I ate egg products after a few months was fine. Okay, yeah. Yes, we do need big muscles. I'm too bulky. Oh, she used to be vegan. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Yeah. So, you want to, if anyone that is interested in doing the vegan journey, literally Google how to start your I might even start to do like a series on that. I have a lot of more videos and where I dive deeper into my vegan journey. If anyone's interested, just scroll further down I actually have a whole playlist. It said vegan. It's titled Vegan-ish. The reason why I titled it Vegan-ish is because I still will have cheese, which I think cheese is technically not vegan. I'll still have honey. I think like if you really are a serious vegan, people don't even have honey. So there's some things that are like, I'm not willing to give up, right? Let's just say I'm out of the country, and there's like, the country is known for like this certain pastry, and they make it with an egg. I'm going to eat it, right? Like, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be more than likely I won't ever be in this country again. Like, I'm gonna have like their signature dish, right? So outside of those circumstances, so yeah, it's titled Vegan-ish. Look at that playlist, and you'll learn a lot if anyone is interested about veganism. Yeah, exactly. It's like 90%. Like, I feel like that's a healthy way, in my personal opinion, just in this whole big, humongous planet, right? Is that when you do things with a threshold, like a little bit of wiggle room, I feel like that's a healthy way to live your life. Because like when we do like the closed doors, like strict, like you can never have a, glass of wine in your life again, or, now if you're on a journey of like sobriety or something like that, that's a different story. But, or even like the non-toxic, like the toxin-free lifestyle type of stuff, I'm trying to like be on that journey too, where like I'm paying attention to like, okay, less creams and lotions that have a ton of chemicals, detergents. I can pick a better choice of a detergent, the dishwasher liquid, just kind of like slowly weaning off of like the heavy toxic stuff. But some of those lifestyles, it's so strict that like you can't, like, in my opinion, it's just, you can't even travel, it's like you can't travel and enjoy yourself because you're like, well, I don't have my toothpaste. I ran out of my toxin-free toothpaste. I lost my wooden, toothbrush. I, have to drink out of a plastic cup, but I'm literally starving of thirst right now, but I'm in another country and I don't have a choice. Like, you know what I mean? I just think it can get too far. So my journey is to like live an 80% toxin-free lifestyle, a 90% vegan-ish lifestyle, and like, I'll be cool, Only people who need to live that way are, yeah, exactly. That's a good call out, Amy. Disabilities and, things like diseases and things that you're overcoming and allergies and stuff like that, for sure. But there's people that I know that are just like, it's just wild. No hate, but it's like, it's almost like, yeah, you become less toxic, but your stress levels, like your cortisol levels, are through the roof because you're always worried about, like, you can't even go out and like live in the world, right? Because everything is so toxic, and the pollution. And I mean, to be honest, if you want to live a toxin-free lifestyle, you literally can't live in LA because the air quality itself is like it's already like below most city standards. That's why I live a steam room and sauna room lifestyle, constantly getting out toxins. So, oh, okay, yeah, okay. No, I mean, that's a good point, Michael. That's a good point. So, I'm going to be pulling up to this event pretty soon here, and I want to, downtown gets a little, it's just like a lot. Downtown's a lot. So, I want to make sure to extra pay attention and not like miss my exits or anything like that. So it was beautiful talking with you guys today. I am going to go live. I'll see if I can go, like, and the reason why it's going to have to be in members only is because of there's probably going to be music at this event. So, but yeah, if anyone's interested in seeing the event that I'm going to be at, it's supposed to be pretty cool. If you're interested in that kind of content, become a member. And I'll be back live at some point today before 4 o'clock. The event ends at 4. So I'll be live, for about 20-30 minutes or so, just showing the event. So if anyone's interested in that, tap in, become a member. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and we will chit chat. Oh, also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're this far in the live stream, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video, and also get my free downloadable, and get healthy. Or like, if you didn't do the 30-day reset with me, it's not too late. Get the free download in the description. All right, have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Bye.